What's going on, guys? Joe McCall here. I'm going to be starting a brand new series starting today for the next 5 days, and I'm going to call it 5 days to 5 offers, or 5 offers in 5 days. And I'm going to be talking specifically about how you can actually get started making offers. And so we kind of all know what we need to do, don't we? I mean, you've bought the courses, you've listened to the videos, you've done the podcast, you've listened to everything, and you know what needs to be done. You just need to do it. You've been stuck maybe in analysis paralysis mode. And what really matters? Nothing but making offers. I say this all the time. Your speed to income is directly proportional to the number of offers that you make. So let me ask you a simple question right now. If you've been in this game for longer than 3-4 weeks, how many offers have you made in the last week, in the last month? So when people come to me and they're struggling, man, it just doesn't work. I'm frustrated. I got some deals under contract and they've not sold yet. And, I thought this was a deal. It's not a deal. What's the first thing I ask them? How many offers have you made in the last week? That's all that matters. You've got to make sure your pipeline stays full of seller leads. So if you want to make money in this business, it works backwards, right? If you want to make money in this business, you got to do deals. And if you got to do deals, you got to make offers. It's as simple as that. Your speed to income is directly proportional to the number of offers. All right, so I have a mind map I'm going to share with you right now. Hopefully this works. Boom, look at that. All right, so day one, we're going to talk about picking a market. This is so important. Why? Well, I'll talk about it in a minute, but really it's so important because this makes everything so much easier. You now are only focusing on areas where there's high demand. And when there's high demand, there's a lot of activity, a lot of money flowing into those markets. So we're going to be focusing on those markets. We're going to be following the money. Then it becomes easy to find the buyers, to find the realtors, to find the title companies, etc. Right? Next, we're going to find the buyers. What are the buyers buying? Where are they buying them in these markets? What are they buying them for? Who are the realtors that are working with them? This is going to make everything easier for you as well. Then we're going to find the sellers. Where are they at? What? And I'm going to show you how I find sellers very easily and quickly. I'm going to show you a couple different ways. Then I'm going to show you how to make offers. Very easy to make offers. If you use my method, it's only going to take you 5 minutes to come up with an offer, okay? And then the day 5 is we're going to be talking about how to sell your deals. And I have the ultimate shortcut for you that I'm excited to talk about here. Basically, I will buy your deals or fund your deals and partner with you on them. So sometimes one of the struggles that people have is like, well, I don't have the funds to close on the deal, or it's strung out 90 days and you might lose the deal, or you don't have any money behind you and you're worried about, am I going to be able to find this deal? You don't have the confidence when you're talking to sellers. I will fund your deals and I'll close in 30 days if you have a good deal. If you want to partner with me on the deal and just let me do all the work, we'll split it 50-50. If you want me to fund your deal, close in 30 days, and you do the work and I'll coach you through it, we'll split the profits 70-30, 70 to you, 30 to me. So I'm going to be talking about that. That's kind of my ulterior motive for doing this thing. And I have started a brand new little coaching thing that I'm going to be opening the doors up here in just this week. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about picking a market. This is very simple. If you've watched any of my programs or webinars before, I've spent a lot of time talking about this, but this is so critical and important. I'm just going to walk you through this right now. First place I like to go to is LandWatch. Okay. LandWatch is a website owned by the land.com family of websites. It's the largest place on the interwebs to go market and advertise and buy vacant land. And again, like I said before, we want to follow the demand. We want to know where are the markets where people are buying and selling land. And so I like to start with LandWatch. You'll see here on the left a list of the states and the counties. And so typically, I don't want real expensive properties. I don't want real cheap ones either. So I might do, let's say, minimum price 30 grand, maximum price 300 grand for vacant land. That's a filter we put into here. All right. And then I'm going to scroll all the way down. And I want to look at available, under contract, and sold. In fact, what if we just did, let me uncheck available. Although sometimes I do use that, it doesn't matter. And then I'm going to do under contract and sold. All right, so now these are not solds from county records. These are just properties that have been marked as sold on the land.com websites. Does that make sense? Now we scroll down, look what we see here. Texas, number 1. It's amazing. Now, again, that does not mean that Texas has the most sold. Maybe it does, but this is it's kind of hard to explain. I don't want to get too deep into the details here, but Texas is a non-disclosure state. And so a lot of investors are buying and selling land down there, and you can't get comps from the MLS or from Realtor.com or Zillow or Redfin in Texas. So a lot of investors will use Texas for their sold comps. But that tells you something, doesn't it? A lot of deals in Texas. We'll look at that later here, but Missouri is surprisingly number one. That doesn't mean, again, I just got to emphasize, doesn't mean more properties are selling in Missouri than in Florida. Just more properties are being advertised on the land.com websites and being marked as sold on the land.com websites. So Missouri's up there, Oklahoma, Florida, Tennessee. So what my goal of this is, let's just pick one or two of the top 10 states. So we could go to Texas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Florida, Tennessee, Virginia, North Carolina. Those are all really, really good states. If we open this up, you can see some of the other states in there. There's Georgia. It's a good state. Kentucky's a good state, maybe. Michigan, Missouri, New York State, North Carolina. Ohio's got a lot of activity. So there's a lot of good states. What I want you to not do is go into states like North Dakota or Rhode Island or South Dakota or Utah or Vermont. Beautiful states, right? But there's just not enough activity there. I want you to focus on the states where there is a lot of activity. The other thing I'll say is let's go ahead and select available. So I want to look at all three because I'm just a little concerned that looking at just solds is kind of skewing it way too much towards Texas, although you can see Texas is still here number one. But now Missouri is number 5 instead of number 2. Florida is up there. So these are kind of the same states, but in just different orders. Now, when you're picking a market, you don't want to go after like the number 1 market normally if you're just getting started. You want to maybe go into number 2 or number 3 or so on. I like Missouri. It's a great state. Obviously, I live in St. Louis. Tennessee is good. Oklahoma is good. Arkansas is good. You know, I haven't done much in Oklahoma lately. Let's look at Oklahoma. I'm going to click on that state. And now here in LandWatch, I've done 1 or 2 deals in Oklahoma. If you scroll down, it tells you the most popular regions. Greene County, Frontier. Now, why are those? It seems like the eastern half of the state are the most popular. Maybe because it's, the most green, most trees. I don't know. Oh, look at this. LaFleur County, Seminole, Cherokee, Pittsburgh, Pottawatomie, Pushmataha, I think, Garvin, and McCurtain. So a lot of these I can't pronounce yet, but the next kind of step that we're going to do is we're going to look these properties up on Redfin or Zillow. And I like Redfin personally when I'm doing this. And let's just look at this. I'm going to copy this because I'm not going to be able to spell that. Put it in here into Redfin. And what we're doing is we're looking for which counties have the most solds. And if you wanted to, you could compare a ratio of solds to listed properties. But I'm just going to look at sold. So I'm going to click here, sold last 3 months. All right, now we're going to go to home type, land. You see that? Okay, I'm going to write this down on a piece of paper. And I'm going to do 2 columns. Actives, solds are 40. Vacant lots. I don't care too much about filtering the size or the price and any of that, right? Now, if we just go to for sale, let's look at active, coming soon, and pending of vacant land. Sometimes Redfin, you got to click these things 2 or 3 times. All right, there you go. It's got 222. So if we want to do a little ratio, if I go to calculator.net and do solds to actives, 40 divided by 222, it's 18 or 0.18. All right. What's the next county? Seminole, Oklahoma. Now, sometimes, again, you have to keep on changing it back to land. All right, so for sale, and let's look at under contract pendings. That's important. All right, 73. 73 actives. How many solds in the last 3 months? Now, is there a magic number? No, it's just we're looking at ratios here, okay? 12. Now, that's not a bad number. That just means 12 has sold of vacant land. Is that going to be our number 1 county? No, so far, LaFleur has a lot more, so we're going to focus on that. Let's look at a few more. Cherokee County. I got to do land again. For some reason, it keeps on changing that. All right, 30. All right, let's go look at for sales. Oh, 367. So what's our ratios of those? So our last one, Seminole, is 12. 12 divided by 73, that's 16, 0.16. And this new one, 30 divided by 367 is 0.08. Now, I don't care as much about the ratio as you might think, because again, this is where you can get kind of over analysis, paralysis mode. But I just want to know which of these counties here on the left are the most active solds. All right, let's look at Pittsburgh County. See what we've got here. Pittsburgh County, Oklahoma. For sale land. And let's make sure we're looking at pendings. 294 active listings. Let's go to solds the last 3 months. All right, 39. I'm not even going to do the ratio there. But you can see the 3 counties that we've so far, or 4 that we've so far looked at. LaFleur has 40, Seminole has 12, Cherokee has 30, Pittsburgh has 39. So even though Pittsburgh was number 4 here, it's actually number 2 right behind LaFleur County. So just looking at those 4 counties, I'm looking at right now, okay, I'm probably going to go LaFleur and Pittsburgh County. Let's do one more search here, Pottawatomie. All right, 30. Now, this is important. When you're picking a market, don't worry too much about picking just the perfect one market. I want you to be able to get a list of 5 to 10 markets. The first thing is go here in LandWatch and write down all of these counties. Write down the top 20. And go to something like Redfin or Zillow and look at how many vacant lots have sold in the last 3 months, and then sort them and rank them by the most solds in the last 3 months. And let me just show you real quick how to do this in Zillow. So if we go to Zillow and let's look at Garvin County. No, the next one was Pushmataha or something, right? Let's go to Zillow. Let's type that in, Oklahoma. I'm going to go here to more, and I always reset my filters whenever I'm coming back into this, right? And let's look at solds. Home type, let's look at land only. Now we go to more, and let's scroll all the way down. Sold in the last 90 days. 6. Only 6. Now, I guarantee you this will be different. If you were to look this up in Redfin, it would be different. But that tells you, yeah, you know what? It might be really high on this list. It might be number 6, but yikes, they only have 6 solds in the last 90 days. It might not be the first county that I go into this county area, right? But it's a beautiful area, and I can tell it's going to be nice. If you did get a property under contract here, you'd probably sell it pretty quick because of the terrain and people like, especially in this area, people want to get larger recreational land with no restrictions, so no HOAs and things like that. And then you can also just switch here to for sale. And then when you do that, make sure you click these 3 things. And then this is really important. Most people forget this. Go all the way down to the bottom and do days on Zillow any. And you can see there's 135 active listings there. So this is a good county, but maybe not the number 1 county that you should go into. And just look at the pictures here. Yeah, these are areas that if you get under contract, you're going to sell to hunters, campers, people who just want to get off the grid. And yeah, so there are different, and this, I'm not going to spend much time on this right now, but there's different kind of land deals you can do. You can do infill lots or recreational lots. And typically I like the bigger recreational lots because there's more profit involved. And when I partner with people on deals, there has to be enough profit, enough skin on the bone for us to do this, right? So when I fund your deals, usually general rule of thumb, your purchase price needs to be like above $30,000. Maybe 25 grand or something, which means it needs to be worth about 50 to 60 grand minimum. That way there's going to be enough profit in there, because doing the big deals or doing the small deals, same amount of work, but you'll sell your bigger deals faster and you'll make more money on the bigger deals. Okay. Especially because the bigger deals usually they're not in HOAs. It's easier to get road access. And, there's just a bigger pool of buyers that want unrestricted land, especially guys, when you can offer seller financing. So back here, we make a list of counties that we want to go into. Now we're going to make 2 lists here. All right. First list is you're going to get all of these counties, write down the top 20 in your state. And then you're going to go to Redfin and Zillow and just look at, okay, which ones of these have the most solds in the last 90 days. And you're going to maybe do some comparison like a sold to listed ratio if you want to switch back and forth between for sale and actives, for sale and solds to see. Ideally, the higher that number is, the better. So if there's more solds to the actives, that might be a good sign. That's a good market to go into. Cool. So that's one list. I want you to get a list of maybe 5 counties doing it that way. The next thing I want you to do is, if you want, I'm going to recommend you get priced. Now, if you go to joemccall.com/priced, I use priced every day. It's awesome. And so there's a tool here called research. I'm going to go to more, click on research. I'm going to scroll on down here. And this is an amazing tool where you can actually go in and figure out which county, based on their data, might be the best county to go into. So I'm going to type in Oklahoma here. And there are 77 counties in Oklahoma. Some states, I was just looking at one the other day, has 139 counties. So Oklahoma has 70 something. And there's so many things you can do with this. It's amazing. The cool thing about priced is that they give you comps and they give you more analysis on your deals. So it'll tell you, based on this area, any property between 1 to 2 acres is selling for about this, and then you should offer this. So it'll get you about 85% of the way there. Anyways, great tool. I use it a lot. There are different fields that you can filter. First one I like to look at is sold comps. I want all the counties that have more sold. See the table right here for sold comps? I want the counties that have at least, let's say, 150 sold comps. How many does that give me? 41 counties. So it went down from 77 to 41. We could do 200 or more sold comps. That gives me now down to 35 counties, okay? Let's add another filter in here. Let's do sold to listed ratio. Let's do actually the last 12 months, sold to listed ratio, and that's this column right here. The higher the number, the better, okay? Let's do greater than 0.5. Let's see what that does. 34 counties. All right, let's do 1. 33 counties. Let's try 2. 16 counties. So we about cut it in half. I don't like to filter out too much. Let's do 1.75. So we're just trying to figure out which were the best counties that have this kind of. So you can filter out too many, but we're just trying to get good middle ground here. Another thing that you can do that I like a lot is days on market. Which counties have the fewest days on market? Has less than, and the days on market is this column right here. Let's pull up all the counties that have less than 200 days on market on average. That brings us down to 20. What if we did 175? 18. So now we have 18 counties. One more thing I want to do is I only want counties that with a population that's growing. So I could go population change greater than 0. Run filter. All right, now with those kind of 4 filters, we have counties in Oklahoma that have more than 200 sold comps, the more the better, that have a sold to listed ratio, the higher that number, the better, of 1.75 or better, days on market less than 175, and the population change greater than 0. So the population is not shrinking. And now we have 8 counties here. And listen, guys, this list usually will not show up on this list here from LandWatch, okay? Now, some of these just may be a fluke. Some of these may be smaller counties. I don't know. But these are all really good counties. So this is why I say I want you to have 2 lists, okay? I want you to get a list from LandWatch. Find the counties that have the most solds, and then do something from priced to get a list of these counties. So we got Creek County, Garvin. I'm looking to see if any of these are on the list I made before. Creek, Garvin, Marshall, Oklahoma, Pontotoc, Pottawatomie. That was one of them. Now, this is one of the other cool things I love about this is we can take this table and export it into a spreadsheet. By the way, if you're doing this yourself and you don't see some of these fields that I'm seeing here, and you're like, hey, wait, what's going on? You need to go right here and click on Edit Visible Fields and be able to show and hide some of these columns. But look at these. Let's look at the data here. Total comps for sale comps, sold comps. The more sold comps, the better. You can look at past 6 months, 3 months, which one has the most. Look at Oklahoma County has a lot of them. Sold to for sale ratio, the last 12 months. Those are all really good. Total parcels, Oklahoma County, which is probably part of Oklahoma City. So these are going to be possibly more infill lots. Now, normally, I don't like the infill lots. I like the more rural lots. So I'm probably not going to go into Oklahoma County. And if I wanted to eliminate that, I would probably look at the population per square mile. It's like 1,100, right? So I'm going to add a new filter here where the population per square mile is less than 1,000. That gives me 7 counties now instead of 8. So this gives me more rural counties. Again, I like bigger lots because I can make more money with those. Creek, Garvin, Marshall, Pontotoc, Pottawatomie, Rogers, and Wagner. The other thing that I like to look at here is total out-of-county parcel owners. We're going to cover this when we talk about how to find the sellers, but I like to target people who do not live in that county because that means they're just more removed from the property. And we'll talk about that. Days on market are all really good. Month-over-month price change, I'm not too worried about that because I always price my properties pretty aggressively. If you wanted to filter this down even more, we could add a new filter where the month-over-month price change is greater than 0. Now we have 4 counties, okay? And one of the cool things about priced here is I could actually take these 4 counties and send it to search, just like that. So it puts the 4 counties here on the right. And let's do an advanced search. I only want to deal with properties that are bigger than, let's say, 2 acres up to 40.01 acres. And let's just do this pricing table at 1 acre increments. And this pulls from data tree. I want people that don't live in that county. And I want last sale date before, let's go 10 years ago. Let's go to 2014. All right. Then I click search and it's going to now give me, we'll see how many we can get. With price, you pay about 10 cents per record when you download it. And the great thing about when you download it is it gives you a bunch of information about the property and it tells you based on the algorithms that Priced has about what the property is worth and what you should sell it for. Okay, so great. There, with those 4 counties, we have 3,300 records. Now, normally I like to send 1,000 postcards a week, 500 to 1,000 postcards a week. So that's going to be 3 to 6 weeks of direct mail to these counties. And these are great counties. I can promise you this, since those counties aren't typically on this list here, you're going to get a much higher response rate many times from these counties because these sellers just aren't getting much direct mail. So if I sort this from data tree owner records high to low, you can see a pretty good distribution there of data tree owner records. And you can see in Creek County, 10 to 11 acres, that's the most records available. They're worth about, and I can slide the offer percentage here. I usually do 35%. No magic formula to that. But so they're saying these properties are selling for about $8,000 an acre, and you should offer about $2,800 an acre. Now, general rule of thumb is we buy our properties at 35 to 40 cents on the dollar. At the max, 50 cents on the dollar. And if you want me to fund your deals, and I want to fund your deals, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing this, I will not lend over 50% of the value of the property. So if you want to sell it, if you feel like we could sell it quickly in 1 or 2 months for $100,000, I will not lend more than $50,000 on the deal. And then when we partner on the deal, either I'll do all the work, we'll close on it in 30 days, and then we'll put it on the market and sell it. And we'll split the profits 50-50 if you want me to do all the work. If you want to do the work, I'll coach you through it. We'll do a 70-30 split. You get 70, I get 30. All right, cool. I think so. All right, let's wrap this up here because I've covered every thing I wanted to do about picking a market. Now, again, I want you to not stress out and spend so much time overanalyzing everything. All you need to do is come up with a list of maybe 5 or 6 counties, 7 total. Get the data from LandWatch and then just kind of find the counties that have the most solds. Go to something like Priced and do some research there like I just showed you how to do. And get a list of 5 to 10 counties because with those 4 counties that I got, I was only able to get a list of 3,300. After I removed duplicate owners and government owners and bad addresses and stuff like that, I might only have 2,000, 2,200. And that's only going to last me about 2 to 4 weeks to send mail to. I got one thing I want to talk about here real quick. Let me get the right camera there. I am starting a brand new coaching and accountability program. I just finished the second round of group that I did this with, and it was a lot of fun. And I'm opening up it again, and I got something new. that I'm doing here. So this is for people who want to go from being confused, overwhelmed, not sure where to start. Maybe you're afraid to make a bad offer. You're worried about getting stuck in a bad deal. You're easily distracted with shiny objects. You're worried about how steps 4 through 8 work, and you don't have the money to close these deals. You're worried about, getting offers accepted if you can't actually close on the deal, and you don't know how you're going to sell it, and you just want some help. You want somebody to hold your hands. Well, if that's you, and you want to go to having like real clarity with a real simple marketing plan, know with 100% confidence that you will only make good offers that I will fund for you. If you want some accountability that's going to force you to focus on what's most important, like highest revenue generating activities, if you want now confidence, because even though you don't know all the steps yet, you'll have a coach fighting for you in your corner who's going to answer all your questions. This is for you. And knowing that you're only going to be doing the good deals because I will filter all of your deals for you guys, because I'm going to be funding your deals. And so now you don't need to worry about money. So here's one of the biggest problems that beginning investors have. This is true for houses or for vacant land, not having the money. Okay, because sometimes land is way easier, less competitive than houses. But even still with land, you could lose out on a deal if you've given the seller 90 days to close and you're doing your best to market the property, but the seller keeps on getting offers from other investors. They're going to be like, hey, what's going on? Why haven't you bought this yet? And then you start talking to realtors and they're like, you know what, man, you don't own it yet. We can't list it. What are you doing? That's illegal, immoral, and fattening. Like, you can't wholesale properties unless you own it or unless you have a license. Well, now you don't need to worry about any of that. All right. If you're going to bring me the deal, I'll fund it. We'll close in 30 days and I'll do all the work for you if you want, or I'll coach you on how to do the work. And you don't have to partner with me on deals in this program, but it's just going to make everything a lot easier. And this might be a good place to start. Okay. So this is what is included. And I'm so excited about this because this is something brand new that I've not done before. This is the third time I've done this program now, and I'm adding in something, but this is only limited to 20 people, and you'll see why in a minute. We're going to be doing a live one-day workshop in St. Louis, and this is so cool. I'm going to do this every 2 to 3 months, in person and virtual if you can't make it. And what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be doing a bunch of marketing in advance before you come here. And we're all going to have a bunch of leads, and we're going to just spend the whole day making offers on these leads that are coming in. So about a week or 2 weeks before you guys come here, I'm going to get a conference room or a banquet room or something like that, either at my country club that I golf at, or we'll find some office somewhere. And then we're going to just sit down. I'm going to split the leads up with everybody, and you'll see me make offers, and then you're going to just go. You're going to go and you're going to make offers. And if you do a deal from one of the leads that I give you, you can have it. You can have the deal. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not sure what I'm going to be sending yet. It's either going to be, I'm not sure, but I'll be sending the direct mail. I'll be paying for it. And everybody here working together, we'll be working together on making offers. So I'll be helping you evaluate the deal, looking over your shoulder, making sure. And we don't have to even call the sellers back. We can if you want, but you don't have to call the sellers back. We can just send them an offer. And then if it becomes a deal, that offer, that can be yours. So then we're also going to just be spending some time focusing on if you have any bottlenecks or hindrances in your business. We're going to be putting you like on the hot seat and just helping you with your business. We're going to be focusing on scaling, going into new markets, and focusing on not just how to do a deal, but how to build a business that does deals. Okay. And if we have enough interest, hopefully we do, and people who like to golf, we'll go golfing, or we'll go watch a Cardinals game or a St. Louis City soccer game or something like that in the evening. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys think that'll be fun too. But the best part about this is the making offers part. Let's just make some offers on some real leads. We'll be doing that together. So this accountability thing is 12 weeks. You're going to be submitting in a weekly scorecard every week into it. And so we can track your numbers, help you focus on what's most important. And we're going to be doing 2 times a week on Mondays and Thursday mornings around 8 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Eastern. I know that's early for you Californians, but I used to live there. It's not a big deal to get up at 6 a.m., right? But about 30 to 45 minutes long, we'll be getting live in Zoom. Just, hey, guys, what's going on? Do you have any deals that you want to work on? What are you looking at? How can I help you? that kind of stuff. And you'll be reporting on your numbers every time we talk. Yeah. And then 100% deal partnering, where I will fund 100% of your deals and we'll close in 30 days. And if you want to do all the work selling it, I'll teach you and coach you through it, and we'll split the profits. Or if you want me to do all the work, rather, we'll split the profits 50-50. If you want to do all the work, we can split the profits 70-30. I will also personally review all your deals during this 3 months. So if you get a deal under contract, we can hop on Zoom or on the phone, and I'll personally review it with you one-on-one. We're going to have a private network community where you can mastermind, bounce ideas, encourage each other, and things like that. And you can also ask me questions anytime on Voxer. You can message me at 2 a.m. in the morning. It won't wake me up, but every day I'll go through and I answer all of the Voxers in there. If you can't wait till Monday or Thursday mornings, I answer my Voxers once a day. You also get my land course, which I sell on my website for $5,000. And I'm going to give you a 12 months of my inner circle, which is $97 a month. Okay. Now this has got to cost like $500,000 or something, right? No, this is not for everyone though, right? You've got to be a massive action taker. You've got to be willing to make offers. If you're stuck in analysis paralysis mode, that's fine. This is the thing that you need, but you have to get out of analysis paralysis mode. Okay. And I'm going to be helping you with that. It's going to be very, very easy, but where I'm going to be pushing you to make offers, make offers, make offers. That's the number one rule in real estate. What is the number one rule in real estate? Make offers, make offers, make offers. That's all that matters. That's what this whole program is about. All right. So then it means also then you can't need extreme handholding and everything explained in excruciating detail. If that's you, it's like, oh man, I can't do that. But I just want you to be a massive action taker. You need to be a ready, fire, aim kind of person. You got to be willing to go through my course, the first 4 modules, and you must be fun to work with. All right. No Debbie Downers, negative Nellies, or yeah butters. Okay. I don't think anybody here is like that, but that's what it is. Now, what's the investment? $500,000 million? No, $3,000 or 3 payments of $1,000. That is it. And I'm going to give you a complete your marketing plan challenge. If you complete the marketing plan, if you can make 10 offers a week and you don't get a deal under contract by the end, I will refund you the entire $3,000. That's how much I believe in this. Okay. If you're interested, go right now to joemccall.com/go. You'll be taken to a page that looks like this. My team is right now putting the new video I just recorded on the top of this page. But this explains what it is that you get. It's private coaching with me in a small group. We're going to do a live workshop in St. Louis. I'm going to be doing this every 2 or 3 months. So you get to come. Even if you can't make it live, you can come on Zoom. It's accountability for 12 weeks. You would check in twice a week, Mondays and Thursday mornings at about 8 a.m. Central. You can text me or Voxer me. I will personally review your deals. I will fund and JV all of your deals. Bottom line, you don't have to worry about money anymore for your deals. Just make offers, okay? We have a private network community where you can, in a small exclusive group with everybody, just helping and supporting each other. And if you complete the marketing plan challenge and you do not get a deal under contract, I will refund all your money. And normally I sell one-on-one coaching for $25,000, but because I can do this in a small group, it's just $3,000 or 3 payments of $1,000. If you want to stay longer than 3 months, there will be the opportunity for that later on. So again, if you're interested, go to joemccall.com/go right now. I'm looking forward to working with you. See you on the next video. Again, joemccall.com/go. Appreciate you all. We'll see you. Take care.